I find your lack of faith disturbing.
Good afternoon, good evening, good morning. Welcome to CR0SSExaminations Live. I'm your host, Mike S. Miller. You are on Art of the Hero with Mike S. Miller. Hello, Elijah. Why did you decide to come in here right when I started my show? Hope everyone's having a good day. Do like and share, and as it says down there, and hit that subscribe button if you are not subscribed already. And please double check to make sure that you are. YouTube does have a nasty habit of unsubscribing people, so make sure you are still subscribed. Hit that bell for notifications, and gosh, you know what's weird? It's like this angle. I don't know if I just look tired because I'm so tired. Curious 2A, did you get my email? I don't know, Curious, unless it says Curious 2A on it. I'm not certain what it should say. You're gonna have to give me more information than that. What's up, Cappy Stark, Lady Celtic Moon, Curious, Wraithaloo, at J Hamilton. Anyone else? I can't even tell how many people are here because my monitor's in the way of my monitor. But again, do like and share. Let me do that myself. Tweedly doo. And whoa, what's happening here? 8. What is 8? Why would you put 8? Very odd. Just putting 8. I really don't like this camera angle. I feel like it makes me look tired. I know I look tired, but it makes me feel like I look even tired because I'm not. I don't know. I think if I'm like looking up a little bit, maybe it just feels like I'm more awake or something. I don't even know. So let me give this a little shiftaroo right quick. Yeah. I don't know if it's psychological, but now I'm looking down here, and if I'm looking up there, I don't know. Maybe it feels like I have to open my eyes up a little wider. We should 8. Well, I should 8 watch. Are you okay, Lady Celtic Moon? You're not having a stroke, are you? I should 8 watching. I show 8 watching. Are you using speech recognition or something? Now you get the widescreen and you can see Elijah's pajamas. What is under my freaking desk? I'm gonna put a water bottle under my desk, kept touching my feet. This room is a mess. It's a reply to one of your emails pertaining to the print of Eden's Baby Yoda. I did get that email. You sent it to me on Abacus Comics. I got it. You good? You good? Sup, D Fresh? How's everybody doing today? Look at all those members. Dragon, why are you not a member? Look at you, alone out there in the wind. No membership. All by yourself. Do gray lives matter? Gray lives do matter. But green lives are just more fulfilling, I guess. No money. All right. If I could grant you one, I would, bro. You've been here forever. More coffee. So hoping everyone is doing well this fine JoJo's birthday. I should show that on my thing. So my name tonight, it's not like and share. My name, Mike S. Miller, JoJo Daddy. It's just, he's 10 years old today. JoJo is 10 years old today. Wait, Winifred print from, sorry. Wow, this is still one of my banners. I need to delete that. All right. I need to delete that. I've got too many banners. This is not the time to be housekeeping. So Yoda is like Cyans. They look like babies until 40 and then suddenly morph into adult size. But that thing is 50. That thing is 50 years old. So that doesn't work. that does not work at all. It should be the case. I don't know, man. I don't think they thought it through. Because they should have made that Baby Yoda thing like 10 years old. If it was 10 years old, then I would understand it not really talking. Yeah, Jay Hamilton, that's my point. Why can't he talk? Baby Yoda, if he's 50 years old and a Yoda species has 900-year time span, that means that in dog years, or however you want to say it, that thing is 5 years old. So unless he's a developmentally disabled Baby Yoda, which I understand, Jojo didn't talk. Oh my gosh. Jojo didn't talk for the longest time. And now he won't shut up. But was Toyota around during New Hope? He would have been. He would have been. I think. Does Baby Yoda have a cyber frog soother? I think he just swallowed the whole thing. Anyways, we're not here just to talk about Baby Yoda. Yeah, when is the next episode? I wouldn't mind doing like a right after the show review of the next episode, like watch it launch and then talk about it. Or I could even be live watching it, maybe with headphones on, and then discussing it live while we're watching it. We could do a watch together and then a discussion. When does that launch? Now I gotta look it up. You guys, this is supposed to be Bible study. Now we're talking about Baby Yoda. When does Mandalorian air? Is it air even the right word? Release? When is it released? Doesn't it launch at like 3 a.m. Pacific? What time will it premiere? That's the word, premiere. Oh my gosh, just get to the bloody answer. All right. 3:01 a.m. Eastern Time, 12:01 a.m. Pacific Time on release day, which is Friday. So tonight at midnight. I think I know what I'll be doing tonight at midnight. Let's do a watch party. Let's jump on here at 11. That's probably a good time. Jump on here at 11. Shoot the crap, talk about Mandalorian, and then we'll do a watch party. I'll mute it, obviously, and I won't share it, but we can watch it together and discuss. Who's down with that? Who wants to do a watch party? Sounds fun. I'm disappointed about Baby Yoda not being the real Yoda. How could he be the real Yoda? The real Yoda died and is a Force ghost. Hello, Oni. It's Yoda's son. It's Yoda's polywog. I thought the story was the 1,000 years before the Clone Wars. No, the Mandalorian takes place after the fall of the Empire. Yeah. Victor. So I didn't get any response to that. Do you guys want to do a watch party tonight or not? Or what? Yeah? Nah? Yeah, nah? Oh, well, more's the pity. Reincarnation of Yoda. No, because Yoda is a Force ghost, so he can't be the reincarnation of a Force ghost. Or you're splitting the Force ghost. That's where my disappointment comes from. Kuzmeti says, I'll be sleeping. I'm sorry. I haven't seen Mandalorian yet. All right, well, I'm going to do it. That sounds like a good plan. We're going to do a watch party at midnight. See? All right. I wonder who else I can get to come on who actually has Disney Plus and will be up at midnight. I think he's a Yoda clone. Enough with the clones. What if this is just a very powerful species? Wow, everyone's gonna be all right. Fine, guys. Fine. Whatever. You don't want to do it. You don't want to do it. So I was kind of cruising through Christian headlines today, and I saw that this topic, Philippians 4:6, was the most popular Bible verse of 2019. YouVersion says. Interesting. Philippians 4:6 says, "Do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your requests to God." Pretty good. Pretty good. That's excellent. Yeah. I can see why it's popular. Oh my goodness. There it is. Lady Celtic Moon, are you there? Starting with the yawn count. Never mind. Oh. What? Yawning where? Yawning just in general? The yawn. Yawninator. One yawn. Thank you, Lady Celtic Moon. Keeping track always. Let me read this article real quick. The most popular Bible verse this year on the YouVersion app was a passage about trusting God instead of worrying. Philippians 4:6 was the most popular Bible verse of 2019 on YouVersion, the free Bible app that launched in 2008 and grew by 50 million unique installs this year. Wow, just this year. That's crazy. The verse reads, "Don't worry about anything. Instead, pray about everything. Tell God what you need and thank Him for all He has done." I guess that's a contemporary English version. Since its launch 11 years ago by Life.Church, YouVersion has been installed 400 million times around the world. The majority of the 400 million installs have taken place outside the United States. Poland, for example, saw a 75% increase in installs this year. India. I start reading, I start yawning. India experienced 51% more engagement on YouVersion compared to 2018. The YouVersion app offers 2,000 Bible versions in more than 1,350 languages. Our desire is to help grow in their readership with God by encouraging them to read. Help people grow in their relationship. Help people grow in their relationship with God by encouraging them to read the Bible and seek Him every day, said YouVersion founder Bobby Greenwald. Grunwald? Grainwald? I don't know. We're encouraged to see so many people turning to Bible in response to their worries, to the Bible. I'm just missing words in my reading here. I've contracted Matt Weldonitis. We're encouraged to see so many people turning to the Bible in response to their worries, remembering what God has done in their lives and choosing to trust in His faithfulness. Breathe from your diaphragm, Mike, like actors do. Oh, the most popular Bible verse in 2018 was Isaiah 41:10. Don't be afraid, for I am with you. Don't be discouraged, for I am your God. I will strengthen and help you. I will hold you up with my victorious right hand. In 2017, it was Joshua 1:9. In 2016, it was Romans 8:28. That's a good one. I should have this memorized. I know this. And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love Him and have been called according to His purpose. Yeah, that's like my favorite verse. That is not the way in King James, it's all things work for God, work for good for those who love God and are the called according to his purposes. Yeah. Great drawings last night. Who won? My daughter. Eden won last night. How do I share a channel? Well, you have to go. I don't know. What are you on, Full Metal Jacket? D Live? Doesn't D Live have a share option? I'm sure it does. And you just hit that share option and share it out. Oh my gosh. DJ, you jumped on, voted for Siege, and then went to bed. That's terrible. Why would you do that? Terrible. Voting for Siege. Oh, fine. Whatever. All right, let me close that out. And we are going to Joshua chapter 2 today. So let me open this up. Let me entertain you. Let me make you smile. Hello out there. Hello, Custom Elvis. Her work was really good. Sure. But what's that got to do with anything? You're going to have to invest in your graphics overlay package and custom links, Mike.
Fat, drunk, and stupid is no way to go through life, son.
Oh crap, my realtor just called and it's urgent. I'm going dark for it. Okay, bye. Lady Celtic Moon, what are you on now? V-Live. Hey, do you see the followed at top page, the arrow beside it, I think? Lady Celtic Moon is on the job. Look at her go. Look at her go. All right, let's see. Share screen application window. By the way, this is I can do overlays and stuff. I mean, it's not an investment. It's just me taking the time. Oh, I guess it's a time investment. Because, I have things like I could be like, God Squad. These are overlays. I can add stuff and remove it. Live with streaming. Gosh, they are so loud out there. Yeah, all of these are overlays. It's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of me taking the time out to do this stuff. So back on YouTube, right on. Had to finish. Finished dinner. Hey, Dee Dee. Hello, Dee Dee. Look at everyone is a member. Kind of heartwarming. I'm all warm inside. I appreciate the offer, though. I'm sorry. I'm drinking this. My wife bought this cold brew, and it's already got creamer in it. Kind of not gags me up, but chokes me or something. I don't know. Well, I just saw Doug's boxes. Everyone should learn a thing or two from him. Oh my gosh. I should have learned a thing or two when he was complaining about how much it costs to ship heavy stuff. These Meg packs, just the 3 books. I haven't even gotten to the ones with the extra books in them, or the ones that are ordering the Meg packs and multiple things and then shipping overseas. Just the 3 books. The shipping is almost $34. Oh. Oh. What have I done? What have I done? More than I paid, says Peter Mike. Yeah, Peter Mike, you're in Canada? The shipping to Canada is like $24. But yeah, and I got a bunch of orders beyond Canada, and it's $34, roughly $34. Oh boy. That's I just clicked a hand. How did that happen? Oh, my mic popped up. How does this? What about those you have to send to the UK? What is this? Oh, yeah, $34 to the UK. I was trying to find any other option, but even I think even the overseas flat rate boxes are, I don't know, on from what I saw on stamps.com, even the flat rate boxes are like $35. So those are even more than what I can get through ShipStation. Oh my heavens, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? I mean, I'm going to pay it, obviously. And I'm going to, I sent a thin color book to Germany, $35. Yeah. Well, this is 3 trades, 2 pounds, 11 ounces. Didn't even hit the 3 pound mark. And that's what I'm talking about. If I add another book, it'll probably double. Oh my gosh. Oh, I am scared now. Hold on. Let me go to. Let me find. Oh, this is gonna scare the hell out of me. Let me grab one of these, and just to test, see what it's gonna be when it goes over 3 pounds. Oh my gosh. Be afraid of Australian shipping. I know. I know it doesn't sound like cross examinations. Leave me alone. Let me see. This one's $35.63. Where's that going? Great Britain. So $36 already. Let me see what happens if I add 1 pound to that. Oh, $58. Oy vey. All right, if it's over 3 pounds, I'm just gonna have to. I'm gonna have to take these individually to the post office and do the, because I can't do it through ShipStation. I'll have to do it with the flat rate boxes. So it should keep it at around $36. $58. You're kidding me. Oh, my stars and garters. I don't think I charge enough for shipping. Whoopsie. Oh man, how many of those? All right, let me just roll check. I gotta see how many. So I have the multiple item things. Let me destination, international. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oof. Hardback, 3 graphic novels, and the early bird special. That's 6. Oh, that's going to be way more. Cyber Monday package deal, all 3 digital. Oh, that's PDFs. Okay, that's fine. Well, shoot. Cyber Monday. All right. Well, I just have to deal with it. Live and learn, ladies and gentlemen. Live and learn. And with that, why don't we actually talk about the Bible? Lord Almighty. Where is my Bible? There it is. There should be a Cyborg Monday dedicated to all cyborgs. See if Santa could cut you a deal on overnight delivery. And it's like 20% of my sales are overseas, so it's not like I can just be like, all right, no more overseas stuff. Oh well. That wasn't a yawn. That was a scream of exacerbation. All right, Joshua chapter 2. We get into the good stuff, baby. Wow, I can feel a yawn coming on just because I'm about to read. Captain Hill says a good point. Better to give than receive, Mike, except to Canadians. You will need to charge more for international. I think. What did I do on my last one? I think I was charging $35. So I think I did it right on the latest one. Cut the U.S. Army a deal to use our postage. I know, right? All right. And Joshua, the son of Nun, sent out of Shittim 2 men to spy secretly, saying, "Go, view the land, even Jericho." And they went and came into an harlot's house named Rahab, and lodged there. Now, why was the first place they went a harlot's house? And it was told the king of Jericho, saying, "Behold, there came men in hither tonight of the children of Israel to search out the country." And the king of Jericho sent unto Rahab, saying, "Bring forth the men that are come to thee, which are entered into thine house, for they be come to search out all the country." And the woman took the 2 men and hid them, and said thus, "There came men unto me, but I wist not whence they were. And it came to pass about the time of the shutting of the gate, when it was dark, that the men went out. Whither the men went, I know not, I wot not. Pursue them after them quickly, for ye shall overtake them." But she had brought them up to the roof of the house, and hid them with the stalks of flax, which she had laid in order upon the roof. And the men pursued after them the way to Jordan unto the fords. And as soon as they which pursued after them were gone out, they shut the gate. So you get this. Hold on. Let me keep reading. Oxygen. And before they were laid down, she came unto them upon the roof. She said unto the men, "I know that the Lord hath given you the land, and that your terror is fallen upon us, and that all the inhabitants of the land faint because of you. For we have heard how the Lord dried up the water of the Red Sea for you, when ye came out of Egypt, and what ye did unto the 2 kings of the Amorites, that were on the other side Jordan, Sihon and Og, whom ye utterly destroyed. And as soon as we had heard these things, our hearts did melt. Neither did there remain any more courage in any man because of you. For the Lord your God, he is God in heaven above and in earth beneath. Now therefore I pray you, swear unto me by the Lord, since I have showed you kindness, that ye will also show kindness unto my father's house, and give me a true token, and that ye will save alive my father and my mother and my brethren and my sisters and all that they have, and deliver our lives from death. And the men answered her, Our lives for yours, if ye utter not this our business. And it shall be, when the Lord hath given us the land, that we will deal kindly and truly with thee. When she let them down by a cord through the window, for her house was upon the town wall, and she dwelt upon the wall. And she said unto them, Get you to the mountain, lest the pursuers meet you, and hide yourselves there 3 days, until the pursuers be returned, and afterward ye may go your way. And the men said unto her, We will be blameless of this thine oath, which thou hast made us swear. Behold, when he came into the land, thou shalt bind this line of scarlet thread in the window which thou didst let us down by. And thou shalt bring thy father and thy mother and thy brethren and all thy father's household home unto thee. And it shall be that whosoever shall go out of the doors of thy house into the street, his blood shall be upon his head, and we will be guiltless. And whosoever shall be with thee in the house, his blood shall be on our head, if any hand be upon him. This is very much like Passover. She lived on a wall. Weird placement for a house. I will get to that, J. Hamilton. And if thou utter this our business, then we will be quit of thine oath which thou hast made us to swear. And she said, According to your words, so be it. And she sent them away, and they departed, and bound the scarlet line in the window. And they went, and came unto the mountain, and abode there 3 days, until the pursuers were returned. And the pursuers sought them throughout all the way, but found them not. So the 2 men returned, and descended from the mountain, and passed over, and came to Joshua the son of Nun, and told him all things that befell them. And they said unto Joshua, Truly the Lord hath delivered our hands, all the land, for even the inhabitants of the country do faint because of us. All right. Well, this sucks. I have to go right now, or I could lose the house. Probably already have. Pray for me, guys. All right, we will, DJ. I feel like I'm out of breath. How many is that? 4? Jericho was a massive city. Local tales tell of walls so wide that you could race 4 chariots abreast atop them. That means it had very wide walls, Everett taught. It doesn't mean it was a massive city, because, as you know, on day 7, was it day 6 or day 7? On day 7, they marched around Jericho 7 times. Right? They just marched all of Israel all the way around Jericho 7 times. So it couldn't have been that big of a city. Right? I mean, try walking around San Diego 7 times in a day. It's not going to happen. But the size of the wall, right? The size of the wall. Interesting to note that, okay, they were in the city, right? They were spotted in the city going into Rahab's house. Rahab let them out of the city through her outside window. What does that imply or outright say? Not just that her house was on the wall. Her house was in the wall. They went through her house and out a window to get out of the city. I don't know how thick the walls were, but this tells me that this wall was essentially like a giant apartment complex, right? It was a wall made of homes, made of dwellings. Not much of a wall. Well, it could still be a very, I don't think they had trebuchets back then. So what are you trying to protect against, really? Right? Talk about wallpaper. No. The builders did a crap job then. No, I think it was designed that way. I think it was, and I don't know, maybe they did do a crap job, because what happened to these walls? Maybe I'm gonna get it. I might get ahead of myself here. I want to talk about it tomorrow. Depends on the foundation too. But just keep in mind, that shouldn't have been allowed. Every other army sieging the place could take advantage of that fact. Well, keep in mind, if there are only windows in the top of the wall, right? They shouted and the walls fell. You guys, that's not this chapter. I'll get to that. But she was in the top of the wall, and she had to let them down, right? That's what I'm saying, Joe. Okay, it could be a row of houses serving as a wall, right? So they build into. You know what they could have done? They might have even done is build an exterior wall, right? And then people might have built houses up on the interior of the wall, and then they could have, fortified the top of it. We're like a Brady Bunch. It has been found that Jericho did have thick walls and they did collapse. It still looks collapsed in a weird way, like they fell out rather than in. That would actually aid in my suspicion of my theory, which I'll get to when we get to the fall of the actual wall. But listen to what they said here. Listen to what they said. The people of Jericho knew who the God of the Bible is. They knew that, Egypt was the most powerful nation in the land, and they knew that 40 years prior, 40 years, the Jews had disappeared. The Israelites had just disappeared. Nobody knew where they were, but they knew the Israelites and their God destroyed the most powerful nation in the world. Right? And then they had, I guess they did. They had heard stories, because they'd destroyed this, what was it, Og and Sihon and Og, who they had utterly destroyed. So the God of the Jews was a terrifying and powerful God to the people of Jericho, to the people beyond the Jordan, right? Boy, you guys just really want to keep talking about the wall. I'm trying to get it to deeper points here. So by the time they get there, Rahab, gosh, why did they end up in a horse house? I don't understand. But they went to the horse house. I think Rahab ends up being like the great grandmother or something of David. I can't remember. That's Ruth. No, that's Ruth. But I think Rahab is in the lineage of David. Was a giant. They found his bed 9 feet long. Yeah, and there were giants in the land. Don't forget, there were giants in the land. This is all a setup. Jay Fairclough says, what? The what house? The whore's house. Rahab was a whore, a harlot. The word is hua. She was a hua. Yes, she is in the lineage of Jesus. But that's what okay. All I'm saying is that the people were already terrified of these people. I have this vision of people like saw. So I have this sort of screenplay version of this in my head, where like you have a woman from Jericho like doing the laundry or catching fish down by the river of Jordan, and like she's there and she's got her hands in the water, and then the water just suddenly starts to recede away from her, right? And the water recedes, and she pans up and it's all dry, and on the other side of the Jordan there are the Israelites holding the Ark of the Covenant, right? Which, by the way, they were never to take into battle. But in this case, the Ark of the Covenant led the procession, right? And so this girl like runs back to the city and she's like, the Israelites are coming and they're bringing their God with them. And so the people of Jericho were panicked, right? They were in this panic mode, and she knew who these guys were, right? Because the news got to them before the spies got to them. So you build up this terrorizing sort of campaign of the Lord God. It shall be when the Lord God hath given us the land that we will deal kindly and truly with thee. And she led them down by a cord, a rope, for her house was upon the wall, and she dwelt upon the wall. And she wasn't the only one dwelling upon the wall. That wouldn't have been some special place reserved for whores. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and then that's this to put a fine point on what I'm saying. Then they said unto Joshua, truly the Lord hath delivered into our hands all the land, for even all the inhabitants of the country do faint because of us. They were terrified of what was going to happen to them because of this God of the Bible, who had just so recently, or not recently, but who they had, I don't know, legends could have grown up. It's 40 years since they wiped out Egypt. Not wiped it out, but this God took out Egypt. It was crazy. To the inhabitants, the Ark of the Covenant was like a nuclear warhead, right? Right? Wrath of God, all that stuff. Lightning, wrath of God. And the giants was ginger. Oh, I don't know about that. Strange men in her house were less suspicious. Mm-hmm. There is a theory that the Israelites were an Egyptian clan that were largely elite military within Egypt. If that is true, there would be good reason to be scared of these guys. Well, that would be false. And all of those that were of war age were dead. It had been 40 years, right? So anyone, men of war, I think the phrase is men of war. All the men of war who came out of Egypt were dead. Only Joshua and Caleb remained. Girl gotta do what she gotta do. Because the Lord knew the whore of the house would help them. That is true. And I'm sure that's what they were thinking when they went to this strange city and went straight to the whore's house. If you thought God was wrathful in the OT, stick around. But they had kids along the way, right? Yes, they had kids along the way. But all of the men of war were dead. And then they had to be this. I mean, we're getting ahead. This is like 2 or 3 chapters from here. But then because all of the men of war were dead, and they didn't circumcise. That's my circumcise. They didn't circumcise any of the children in the desert. They circumcised them this side of the Jordan. Keep in mind, the Israelites were a bit genocidal. No, the Israelites themselves were not genocidal. They were ordered by God to get rid of certain people in certain places. And those certain people, if you look at their lineage, tend to be people who are descendants of giants. So they were corrupting the bloodline of humanity. Wait. What was life expectancy at the time? 40 plus. I don't know. I think the life expectancy of the Jews would have been significantly higher because they followed Judaic law, which was a much healthier lifestyle than the lifestyle of the general world. Peter Mike says God is genocidal. Confirmed. God can't be genocidal because God doesn't see race, right? We are all one under God. So in order for God, well, okay, technically he did wipe out all of the human race at one point. So, maybe. Ordered by God does not make them not genocidal. It just means genocidal for a reason you approve. Well, it's an interesting point. If you're trying to get rid of a corruption, I don't know, because they're, like I said, they're. If you look at them, if you look at their lineage, they are descended from giants, or they are crossbred in with giants. Like this, right? The reason they didn't go into the promised land in the first place is because they said it was populated by giants, right? So if you're trying to get rid of the giants aren't human. Giants are Nephilim. They are a corrupted genetic line. They are not. I don't even know if they're. I don't know. I don't know if Nephilim can be saved because they're not human, right? They have a percentage of human genetics, but they are a crossbreed. They are an abomination to the Lord, to the design of God. Genocide is the act of wiping out a group of people. Exactly. People are human. People are human. If you're acting out, wiping out a group of anomalies, not anomalies, abominations to God. That's right. That is right. They were an abomination. 7 says angels cannot procreate. 7, Genesis 6. You have to completely disregard the fact that everywhere else in the Old Testament, sons of God refers to angels in order to say that angels cannot procreate. Genesis 6 says the sons of God came upon the daughters of men. And the Seth line argument does not hold water. And Greek mythology is probably born of actual Nephilim. They could be demons after death. That is a conjecture. One I'm not against, right? It's entirely possible. I have no idea. I have no idea. Someone sounds deicidal? Deicidal? Like they want to kill God? What? Sons of God, where are they referred to as angels? Sons of God is always used to refer to angels. The only place sons of God is not. Sons of God are always referred to a direct creation of God, unanimously. And then the only thing that changes is when the Bible says that we will be able to become sons of God when we are grafted into um, the family of God through Christ's sacrifice. So we become sons of God by being adopted into the kingdom. But in the entirety of the Old Testament, cite a verse. Genesis 6, Genesis 4, Job 1, Job 2, Job 38, John. Oh. When the morning stars sang together and all the sons of God shouted for joy. Angels. Again, there was a day when the sons of God came to present themselves before the Lord, and Satan came also among them to present himself before the Lord. Angels. Now there was a day when the sons of God came to present themselves before the Lord, and Satan came also among them. Angels. There were giants in the earth in those days, and also after that, when these sons of God came unto the daughters of men, and they bare children to them. The same became the mighty men which were of old, men of renown. Men begetting children with the daughters of men just have men. They don't have mighty men which were of old and men of renown. That the sons of God saw the daughters of man, that they were fair, and they took them as wives of all which they chose. The sons of God. For as many as led by the Spirit of God, they are the sons of God. This is after Christ, right? We become the sons of God through adoption. Prior to Christ, sons of God are direct creation. Son of God, if I put son of God. Prior to Christ, you had to be a direct creation of God. Adam and the angels are the sons of God. The fourth is like the Son of God. If thou be a son of God, command that these stones. Oh, this is all. All right. The only Son of God, this is referring to Christ. This is the only mention in the Old Testament. That's trippy. So, yeah. Son of God singular would be Christ, referred to in the Old Testament. That's the only place it's said. Sons of God plural always refers to angels. Nowhere are they equated to angels in a verse. I feel like you're just being obstinate there. Again. There was a day when the sons of God came to present themselves before the Lord, and Satan came also among them. Among them. Satan was among them. Who is the them? 7. The sons of God. Who is angel? Who is coming before God at this point? Right? The morning stars sang together, and all the sons of God shouted for joy. Job does not say they weren't. All right, you're being obstinate. You are being obstinate. You are. Whatever. Believers, no. Job 1:6. They're just talking about Job. Now there was a day when the sons of God came to present. Who presents themselves before the Lord? And Satan comes also among them. And the Lord says to Satan, "Whence comest thou?" And Satan said, "Oh, going to and fro on the earth." They're having a conversation among the heavenly host. Do some more study. Now, 7, I've studied this enough. And I just showed you every reference to sons of God. Pick a date so we can go grab the popcorn. What? Mike. Oh, debate versus 7-1. Da, 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 da. This is so meta from time to time. There. Is it Phelim or Phelim? Yeah, Phelim. It's ILM, huh? How am I spelling this wrong? Two results. ESV or whatever. The Nephilim were on the earth in those days, Genesis 6:4, and also afterwards, when the sons of God came into the daughters of man, and they bore children to them. Those were the mighty men of old, the men of renown. And there we saw the Nephilim, the sons of Anak, come from the Nephilim, and we seemed to ourselves like grasshoppers. They were giants. 7, right? How do you think you get giants? Specifically, if you go back to Genesis 6:4, the Nephilim were on those days when the sons of God came into the daughters of man and bore children unto them. These Nephilim, this is English, were the mighty men of old, the men of renown. We saw the Nephilim, the sons of Anak, who come from the Nephilim, and we seemed to ourselves like grasshoppers. These are the giants. Men having kids with men don't generally create giants. These were, however, the sons of God and the daughters of men were the mighty men of old, the men of renown. My speculation, the very creatures who of whom all of the quote unquote gods of old were based on. Angels have no sex. They weren't created to procreate. Well, we weren't created to have. I don't even want to go there. Lots of people do things they were not created to do. And I believe angels are always referred to as men, sons of God. There's never a female angel in the vain imagination speculates what's not written. 7, you just speculated that angels have no sex. It doesn't say anywhere in scripture that angels have no sex. Is that your vain imagination? Aztec gods, Olympus, Krishna, and all that. Yeah, all that. They can't procreate if there's only one sex, male. That is correct. However, if they see the daughters of man and bore children to them, then yeah. Yes, we were. Jesus was slain from the foundation of the world. Yes, we were what? I don't remember what you're talking about. We were created in their image, so of course they have sex. I don't believe that means that we were created in the image of the angels. We were created in the image of God. You don't have to be married to have sex. That is correct. Although, Old Testament-wise, if you have sex, you're married. Like, remember Rachel and Rebecca? He walks in. She goes in. Rebecca goes in and lays with Isaac. And whoopsie, we're married. This is like watching two nerds fight about the lore of the Silmarillion. Anyways, we are out of time. It was fun. I do love this discussion. I'm glad Seven's here to disagree with me. It makes it more fun. Didi says, and the angels which kept not their first estate, but left their own habitation, he hath reserved in everlasting chains under darkness unto the judgment of the great day. Jude Thank you very much, Dee Dee. Thank you very much, Seven. Thank you, everyone, for this wonderful conversation. Again, yeah, I really would like to do a live viewing and discussion of The Mandalorian tonight if you guys are down. So come back around 11 o'clock, I think, and that'll be good times had by all. So everybody have a great day. God bless you, and